Hey guys, Mike here. So the low volume melt up in the market continues. Summer trading, but the market just keeps, it feels like a slow short squeeze in the market. Let me slide this over. We got some new faces in chat. If you're one of the new faces, please pause the video and read that. It's a good description of what the chat room's about. I made a video today covering LGVN, a pre-market call that I made. So I'm not going to go over that here. If you want to watch the video, it's on my YouTube channel. I also tweeted it, StockTwits and Twitter. I also went over Kevin P's call in NAAS, and several people teamed up on QURE over 725. So maybe a couple that I didn't cover, I can cover here real quick. IVP, you go to 5-minute candles. I still have after hours on. I always goof around on after hours, seeing if I can find a trade. IVP over this line right here, the early high was 448. I called it over 450, which triggered right there. The worst case stop was, I think 30 cents below. It didn't stop out, but it did a little head fake and then absolutely went nuts and went to 946. And there were some good calls in this by other people later in the day as well. What else was there? Peggy, P-E-G-Y. I mentioned as the cup and handle, which this is the opening candle. Here's your cup, there's your handle. The idea is just through the high of day, which is right here, was 265 and went over about 15 minutes to 3. Again, if you're a day trader, that's a nice little percentage gain. So there's a few I didn't cover in the mid-morning wrap-up video, if you will. All right. Anyway, what are we watching for tomorrow? AP gapped up and ended up closing, I don't know, a little bit maybe above the middle of its range. Certainly worth having on watch tomorrow. AEHR, nice breakout. Closed well off its highs though. LMND, which I just realized on my list, I wrote LMNG. So let me fix that. All right. Had the pop yesterday, inside day today, near yesterday's high. That makes it interesting. Potential long tomorrow if we get a setup. Arlo, same thing. Big pop yesterday, inside day today, but closed near the highs of yesterday. That's ARLO. ALT, kind of a sleeper pick. Had this gap up back here, and I think today, and it's gone sideways ever since. It's supposed to be a better, this is per a headline, not from me. I have no idea. It's supposed to be better than Ozempic or something for weight loss. And it's curling up. And I think State Street maybe added to a position today or took a position. I don't know. You have to double check that, but not a beautiful chart, but certainly worth keeping an eye on because of that recent headline. SOUN had a headline today. Nice pop. Could have a follow through day tomorrow. SGH, nice breakout. LGVN usually, come on, populate. Usually I don't have a chart like this on watch where you have a gap and it ended up, kind of nasty red. But I'm putting it on watch anyway because it did have a good headline. And there are a lot of shorts in the name. And again, we had a huge pre-market trade in it through 350 and it went up to 7 something. But once it opened, it kind of sold off. I'm going to keep it on watch. I like the headline. I like the float. I like the short position and all that stuff. IVP, absolutely nuts today. Closed at 740. And after hours, it's down a bit. It's at 660. But shorts have been confounded on this one, so I'm keeping it on watch. KYMR. I don't love that. It almost retraced this whole day. I'm going to go ahead and pull that one off. Looked better when I looked at it earlier, but by the closing bell. You could still have it on watch for a third day play for sure. Sleeper pick, LUNR. Again, I made this list. Yeah, this is kind of interesting, right? Kind of sideways here. Volume back here. It could break out over this level. Again, it's a sleeper pick. The daily range on it isn't so great, right? SNGX had the big rip yesterday. I think an offering midday or something, but it gapped up today. So you had the big day and then an inside day today. I still think they had a nice headline too. I still think that's worth having on watch, but I'm not in love with it. BLMN, just another red day. Kind of a narrow range though, just goes back on bounce watch. No trades in it today. This is, I always try to mention whichever one's my favorite. Doesn't mean it's going to do something good for us, but this is my favorite for tomorrow, ANVS. Huge move, and now we finally got a couple red days on much lower volume. I'd actually like to see it come down. You see, I still have an alert set. Let me close that. maybe flush 10, that would be right in the middle of that daily buy zone, right? That we like between the 20 and the 8 EMA. So maybe a 10 flush tomorrow, but certainly going to treat it like a bounce play. Couple more. These are just gappers, ASNS, and they may not even be on the list in the morning. It depends on how they fare. But in after hours, this one went to 220 right on news. Right now it's trading at 192. So if it's still gapping in the morning, it goes on the gap list. And same thing for YGMZ. There's the daily, but in after hours it went to 341. It's trading at about $3 right now. So if those two are gapping, we'll add those to the gap list tomorrow morning. And we'll also work together like we always do and find some other gappers to put on the list. I'm done babbling. I'll see you guys in chat.